DPLS stock, Dark Pulse Inc. It closed the session of the 13th of September 2021 at 0.09469 dollars, a slight retracement of 5.38%. 30.8 million shares crossed the tape during that session, and we have a position in Dark Pulse. So we are seeing that the stock has continued to retrace since the 7th of September, and now trading below its 50-day moving average, and indeed the 10 and the 20-day moving averages. The last time it traded below, it reached that sort of level, it sprung up again, but even at that, this is not just the first time. I mean, it has been below that moving average for a couple of sessions now. So there's every chance it might also continue to retrace slightly further before any movement upwards may occur. So that's what we're seeing right now. It's the retracement it's quite dominant at the moment. The momentum to move upwards is not really there. And we're seeing that the volumes are not anywhere close to at least even not close, not really encouraging. This 30 million, I know it's average, but the float of the stock is about 4.8 billion, and we have seen about 400 million before. So yes, the momentum is quite poor at the moment. Market participants may have taken profits from these sort of levels. So if you look at what we are looking at here, you can see here all along the volumes are quite poor, in their 20s and 20s, and you can see what the figures are like. The last time we had anything in the hundreds of millions was on the 13th of August. Let's quickly have a look at 13th of August. What happened then? 13th of August, yes, it's okay. Actually, the stock actually slightly retraced. There was if it looks like maybe it was some for the intraday trading of that session may have had the stock also going up and down. Even though it slightly retraced, there's every chance during that session of the 13th the stock may have spiked, because previously it had spiked during the previous session, the 12th. So maybe the rally slightly continued during that session, but the stock ended up downwards. Hence we had that sort of volume. So yes, things are not so. The momentum is not so strong as such. It's not so strong. So if you go all the way back to July, that was when we had it was quite volatile then. You can see the sort of figures we're looking at then. You can see as early as 2nd of July, you can see what's going on here. We had these figures, even though of course we had huge declines as well. The biggest volume we had was also on the 12th of July, 431 million. So indeed, also amongst other things, the stock may have also during that session, it may have also spiked, or market participants may have come around to participate in the previous session, or whatever it is. But in any case, the point is that the volumes have dropped off. The momentum is not so strong as such. So the catalyst will indeed be any positive news, or indeed the current position it is right now. It is currently trading below all of its short and intermediate moving averages. So we're looking at a quantitative catalyst at the moment facing us by the deep opportunity. So if it continues to retrace further, then it will feed into that catalyst, because the stock has that history of sharp declines and then moving up. So, and the good thing it is, it's also doing that not at very high volumes. You can see 30 million is just average. So if we saw the stock decline by something like 200 million, it would just indicate, amongst other things, that maybe the stock was active during that session, and people may have gotten tired. But we're looking at 30 million. There's a good chance it's predominantly those who are just taking money off the stock. They're likely to come back. More of them may also take their money off, or it may consolidate. But it's looking ripe. So the catalyst is any fundamental news that's going to come out, or indeed the fact that it is looking cheaper and it's likely to retrace further. And if it retraces further, then opportunity will improve. The catalyst will, further. It will become much more potent. If it retraces further, if it retraces further. So. Moving on, we haven't really seen any other fresh news as such. These ones were as at Friday, the 10th of September. It says here, Dark Pulse subsidiary Optilan appoints former Rolls-Royce vice president as sales and marketing director as expansion of executive management team continues. So we can see exactly what we're saying. You can see momentum here. It's oversold. You see that? See that? You can see what we're saying. MACD below the signal line. RSI, you can see it's getting bearish now at 40 and pursuing 30. So it appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. The average directional index is below 20, indicating that the shares have traded sideways recently. However, the 200-day moving average is still sloping bullishly upwards. Comparative relative strength index shows itself underperforming the S&P 500. Momentum for DPLS stock is strongly bearish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower. The volume for that session was lighter than usual, trading 30.792 million shares versus an average of 145.953 million shares per day during the last 12 months. You can see what we're saying. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. So the volume indicator and the momentum indicator are in consonance. So yes, it is validating that there is a lack of momentum, lack of buying interest, and that's what we're facing right now. But volatility still stands at 469.73. So DPLS stock is definitely a highly volatile stock. It can these are the sort of things the machines and the quants and the market participants will be looking at, and yes, indeed, they can all be catalysts, remote catalysts, but I think the immediate one is the fact that it is because the fundamental, the quantitative quantitatives are by far the most immediate factors to the stock. You can see anything about the stock outside. The financials and the contracts and those are slightly more remote. What ultimately matters is where the money, what is going on with the money that is going into the stock. Is the money coming out or is the money going in? So right now, the machines and the regular folks are looking at a stock that is likely to continue to retrace in the near term, and at the same time consequently improving the opportunity. So yes, you can see the catalyst there. So all in all, we just keep saying to ourselves we have to remember to buy more of DPLS stock. We keep saying that we have to make a note of that and go ahead and pick up more as it's getting cheaper now. Okay, so we'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.